And y'all, Viserys is over this itch. He walking around half dead. The nigga is on zombie time. And he just like, yo, let's just get this over with. Like, he don't even care that it ain't nobody that agree him but the crickets and the grass and the dust. He's just like, oh, she must have a paramour of her own. And I wonder who it is. Hold on now, baby. Bad. Mind your business, bruh. It don't matter who it is. They got a good setup, and you should just be happy you still get to have your mans. That's all you need to be worried about, bruh. What's up? It's Nikki. Welcome back to my channel, King Nikki TV, where I give you commentary on popular movies and TV shows. In this video, I will be recapping episode 5, House of the Dragon. Y'all, we finally get to meet Damien's infamous lady wife, Lady Rhea. And I feel like they have done such a disservice to this character. We never meet her until she dies. But I feel like I would have liked this lady. Why Damien don't like her? She's attractive. She got a little fire. I feel like I like her. I like her whole personality, or I feel like I would if we would have gotten to know her. So we see Lady Rhea, and she's on her horse. She's going out to hunt. Her cousin asks if she wants some company, child. She gonna regret declining his company. So as she's going along, we see someone walking with a hood on, child. You could tell by the walk that it's Damien, and it is. So, y'all, what I tell you, the second she see him, she starts going in on this man. Oh, you finally came to consummate our marriage? I was like, oh, wait, y'all ain't what? But you know what? I don't even find that odd, because you are told who to marry, and he ain't want the lady. And so she started going in on like, well, maybe the sheep, want you, because I don't. And she basically went into everything he done been saying about her child. So then she also ends up saying, oh, has your brother gotten tired of your company? He chose a little girl over you. But this is where I kind of was like, well, what's going on? Because she ends up saying, well, what will you do now? Will you strike down the child? And then she kind of was like, and she looked kind of crazy. Like, she got kind of scared. I was like, well, what? Or what? What is the or? And she goes for a weapon. But of course, Damien ends up, kind of getting the horse to fall, knocking her down off the horse. Y'all, was she paralyzed? Like, she got jacked up. But then this was crazy because, baby, she fell and he just starts to walk away. And she's still going in on him and talking mess, talking about something. I knew you couldn't finish. Hold on now, child. Everybody know what she alluded to, and everybody know that's kind of a sore spot if you kind of go for a man's, manhood, so to speak. So he ends up picking up a rock. And I'm saying, like, baby, how you go from crying to kind of baiting the man? Because when she fell, she was messed up. But she still ended up going in on him, child. So, yeah, the story is Lady Rhea, on a hunting accident, fell off her horse and broke her neck and got a head bashed in. I guess it's plausible. Now, we end up seeing Rhaenyra on a boat with her father, headed to the sea snake to propose marriage with Laenor. And y'all, who put roots on this man? I've been asking this question every video. He is down bad. Viserys is on the ship, just heaving and sweating on a wagon and looking terrible, looking old and frail and sickly. Oh my God. Y'all know the transition that the Thinner Man went through in that movie Thinner. Like, that's Viserys. We are slowly watching him just wither away. It's crazy. Now, I was confused because we see Hightower leave. Baby, why Hightower ain't been left? Nigga, you been kicked to the curb last episode. How long has it been? You should have been out that same night. So, and I can't remember if he was at the castle walls or the city walls, but he was on his way out. I'm going to presume it was the castle walls because Alicent was there, and I'm pretty sure she don't leave the castle, child. So she ends up being like, I do not wish to see you go. And y'all, Hightower tries to go into how Viserys will not live to be an old man. Baby, how you know? I told y'all they plotting on this man. But he goes into how Viserys will not live to be an old man. He's going to die. It could be months from now. It could be years. And that if Rhaenyra succeeds him, war will follow because the realm will not accept her. And in order for Rhaenyra to secure her claim, she will have to put Alicent's children to the sword. She will have no choice. And he's telling her that the time is coming for Alicent to either prepare Aegon to rule or to cleave to Rhaenyra and pray for her mercy. And I was kind of okay, on the inside, the episode, the actor that played Hightower was pretty much saying how Hightower wanted to say to Alicent, I love you and I'm scared for you, but those words just aren't in his vocabulary. But I'm sitting here like, hold on, child, I can't buy this and I can't have sympathy for him. Is what he's saying correct? Yeah, whatever. But you put Alicent and her kids in this situation. You knew full well that Rhaenyra was named heir. And you know Rhaenyra ain't just gonna say, oh, well, daddy had a boy, so now I'm done with being heir. No, even though I'm guessing maybe he thought that once Viserys had a son, he would name the son heir and not Rhaenyra, and it would be no fight for the throne. But come on now, child, you put them in this position. You sent Alicent to his room. You were setting up for her to be queen. You setting up for your grandson to be the king. Like, you know what you're doing. You put them in this predicament. So how can you put them in this situation and then say, I'm scared for you, and Rhaenyra's gonna do whatever the hell she has to do, and you put them in this situation. Now, the showrunners was also saying how basically Hightower is challenging Alicent to see who is she going to be without Hightower there pulling the strings and leading her way. And I told y'all Alicent is a snake and to look out for her. Yes, I said that I ain't on the hate train no more. I do feel empathy, but I said she a snake. Look at her daddy. And we already know, well, from this episode, that she finna really get into her cutthroat bag. She finna really get into her Hightower bag. Now, when the king, Viserys, and Rhaenyra pulls up to the sea snake, I'm sitting here confused like, y'all, it look desolate. And I'm like, I could have sworn when the king arrives, it's like an event, and you supposed to have all kind of ish going on, like when Aladdin came parading up to the castle on the damn elephant. Like, I thought it's like a whole thing, child. But they get to Lord Corlys' place, and child, it's crickets. It's just Lena. I can't with these names, y'all. And one other guy who we find out is Lenore's side piece, but we'll get to that later. And the new hand, y'all, what is this man's name? We've been seeing him since like the first episode, but I swear to God, they never say his name. Why can't I never catch his name? What is the name of the new hand? We know who he is, but I don't know his name, y'all. But he is just like, what is, with this, where is the sea snake or Lord Corlys? That's what they call him. How dare he not be here to greet the king? And Lady Lena explains that her father just returned from a long journey and he's preparing inside for Viserys. And y'all, Viserys is over this itch. He walking around half dead. The nigga is on zombie time. And he's just like, yo, let's just get this over with. Like, he don't even care that it ain't nobody that agree him but the crickets and the grass and the dust. Now, Sir Clubfoot, ooh, y'all, look. Everybody in the world of Game of Thrones is just motherfreaking sneaky. Sir Clubfoot comes out to where Alicent is at the castle, and he tells her how, he's concerned for Rhaenyra because she's apparently sick, and how the castle doctor brought Rhaenyra tea, like he personally brought it to her. He had to make sure he say that because that's a big deal for, I think he's called the Grand Maester to come personally and bring you something. And he tells Alicent that it was was at the behest of the king. And how it all happened the night that Hightower was kicked out. And he a snake. He the first master of whispers, I suppose. But I'm confused on what is his purpose exactly, because his father was just named the king. Like, your father just got a promotion, baby. Ain't that a good thing? But maybe his purpose is just that, like every other misogynist male during this time, he don't want to see a woman on the throne, and he just want to get Aegon on the throne. I guess maybe that's his angle. So he wants to put Alicent against Rhaenyra. That's the only thing I can think of, because what other purpose does this serve? I don't understand, but he delivered his news in a slick way, to try to act all innocent. But I don't like stuff like this, and I peep stuff like this. If I'm Alicent, I'm not letting you pull my strings like that, but, she, whatever. Because obviously, she should be able to peep, like, why are you telling me this? I don't know. Everything about Mr. Clubfoot just seemed just sneaky and snaky. Now, we end up seeing that Laena and Rhaenyra are not let into this, is it their own little throne room where the sea snake is having his little, talk with Viserys in his hand, and Laena takes Rhaenyra off, she finna go meet her cousin husband. Now, when Viserys walk up in this mug, baby, the sea snake sitting on his own little throne, and he just kind of was just pimping it out in his little throne as the king of the realm was coming in. But he ends up getting up and bending the knee to Viserys, who calls, just child, the nigga dying. And his cousin Rhaenys comes in and takes his hand and see that the nigga is missing fingers. He is on his last leg, and everybody should be able to see it, child. Now, the sea snake ends up telling Viserys about Daemon's wife being killed in an accident falling from her horse, child, and how she stood to inherit Runestone. I think that's how they pronounced it. And Viserys don't care about nothing except his daughter getting married, because he just like, can we just move on to better news? And he goes to propose the marriage between their son Lenore and his daughter Rhaenyra. But I like the sea snake, child, and I hope their house don't end up, crashing and burn. I hope their house does not end up crashing and burning because of marrying Rhaenyra, because obviously Aegon gonna be the king. I mean, I ain't never read the books. I don't know nothing about nothing with no books, but that's obvious, because when we got to Game of Thrones, we never had a queen. We never had a woman who ends up getting the throne. It was always male. So we know she's not going to get the throne. We just don't know how everything is going to play out. But obviously, Aegon is going to be on the throne. So I'm just hoping that this marriage don't end up being the downfall of the Valerian house, because baby, this is my house. So the sea snake ends up going into how he would like clarity on how the succession and everything will happen after Viserys' death. And Viserys is like, I die, my title, my crown, everything, goes to Rhaenyra. And not Viserys. The sea snake is like, okay, so the kids, in tradition gonna get their dad name, right? Which means the kids gonna be Valerian. So it's gonna be Valerians on the throne. And Viserys is like, look, going with tradition, whatever kids Lenore and his cousin wife Rhaenyra have, they gonna be Valerian. However, when I die and Rhaenyra takes the throne and then her heirs take the throne, they gonna be Targaryen, because the Targaryens have ruled for the last 100 and we will rule for the next 100. Y'all, the Targaryens gonna rule for the next 100, child, because I think we still got hundreds of years before the Mad King, but baby, it ain't gonna be Rhaenyra. And it ain't gonna be her kids. And I'm predicting, this is my prediction. Like I said, I've never read the books, but I'm predicting Alicent gonna turn savage in the name of, she gonna truly be a Hightower. And I think she gonna raise up Aegon to be a true Hightower. And they gonna probably slaughter and kill Rhaenyra, Lenore, and all their kids. And Aegon gonna take the throne. Yeah, that's what I'm predicting. Because ain't Aegon gonna have dragons too? Aren't all the kids that you have as a Targaryen get dragons? So even though we got our naval fleet over here with the Valerians, and even though we got dragons, baby, they got dragons too, don't they? So they end up coming to an agreement because, I mean, why am I arguing with a man that's on his last leg? So they end up, Viserys leaves, and we see Rhaenyra and her cousin husband Lenore out on the beach talking, and she's telling him, I know this is not what you would choose. And he's pretty much telling her, look, I ain't got nothing against you, but no, it's not what he would choose. And she starts going into how this is like a matter of taste. And she started talking about ducks and geese and chickens and all kind of stuff, child. But it's an innuendo because apparently, you always know when your cousin gay. They grew up together. And even if the main family and all the peeps don't know, when you grow up with your cousin's child, I don't know. It's just when you know your cousin gay. And she know her cousin is gay, y'all. So she tells him, look, you ain't my taste either. I ain't your taste. So what we can do is, because he asks her, well, what do you propose? Because she's like, look, I know your taste ain't gonna change and mine aren't either, because y'all know she done had her a hot girl summer. Now Rhaenyra takes the lesson that she learned from her uncle, lover, could have been lover, Damien, and she tells him, look, we gonna do our duty to the realm, to our fathers, but I have my side pieces and you have your side pieces. So they pretty much got an open marriage before open marriages ever existed. They pioneers in the open marriage. Now, Rhaenys ends up telling the sea snake once they're alone how undignified it is for the king to come here and beg for their son's hand. And I thought it was weird because I'm like, baby, why are they on a boat going over to the sea snake? Shouldn't the sea snake come over to them at the castle? I did think that was odd, but I was just going with it. But then Rhaenys called it out, and I'm like, y'all can't see the man desperate and half dead, and he need to secure the future for his daughter. That's why he sniveling over here. Now, they end up having a conversation about their son because the sea snake is asking when he, is talking to Rhaenys. She tells him that Lenore and Rhaenyra is out on the beach, and the sea snake is like, well, do they seem familiar? And Rhaenys is like, child, they grew up together. Familiarity ain't the issue, but we both know that ain't our son's taste. And the sea snake is just like, well, he'll grow out of liking men. He pretty much is saying that he'll grow out of being gay. And Rhaenys is saying how they are pretty much putting their son in danger because Rhaenyra's succession, succeeding to Viserys will be challenged when Viserys dies. That knives will come out for Rhaenyra, her husband, and their kids, their heirs. That's why I say I think they're gonna all get slaughtered. I think they're gonna all die. Now, I am kind of confused though, because I can understand that women do not get the throne. They're not named heir. But how can you just go against the word of the king? Even if the king dead, if I'm the king and I say this is my heir, this is who will get the throne, how can you challenge that? I don't know. I guess I'm confused on how that works. But I would think like, you're the king, your word is law. But I guess not, child. Now, the sea snake goes into, look, child, we got dragons. We got a naval. And anybody challenges us, they're going to get crushed. But, child, they got dragons too, baby. Dragons fighting dragons. You can't, I can see if we got dragons and they don't. Now, the sea snake ends up going into how this will be justice for Rhaenys because she should have had the throne. He wants to get the Iron Throne for her, but she goes into, it wasn't taken from me because I never had it, and I'm pretty much over it. She's over the fact of being, the queen that never was. So then we see Lenore and his boyfriend, and he's telling him he, dreaded the day that Lenore would have to marry a woman. And Lenore tells him about the setup with his cousin wife, and the boyfriend, he's starting off messy. He's just like, oh, she must have a paramour of her own, and I wonder who it is. Hold on now, baby. Bad. Mind your business, bruh. It don't matter who it is. They got a good setup, and you should just be happy you still get to have your mans. That's all you need to be worried about, bro. Now, we end up seeing Rhaenyra back on the ship, heading back to the castle, when Sir Christian, But he ain't looking so good after this episode, child. But he came up over there looking good. That is an attractive man. But he ended up going to Rhaenyra saying how she has, confided in him, and this marriage is not of her choosing, and he pretty much tells her to run away with him. And I'm sitting here like, baby, you so naive. You so naive. Oh my Lord. Po little baby. He ends up telling her to run away with him, that they can get married, they can get married, a marriage for love and not the crown. And baby, she turned him down, as she should. Baby, you think I'm about to choose you over the Iron Throne and the luxuries and the title and my duties and my father and just everything that comes along with what she doing? Like, are you crazy? Y'all, I just couldn't. She turns him down and she tells him that, look, what we have don't have to end, because me and my cousin husband, we have an understanding. And he's all like, you want me to be your whore? Like, baby, if you don't stop being dramatic, you chose a life of celibacy, so either you gonna go down that path or you gonna just keep being her little side dude. Like, I don't understand. It ain't like she don't like you and she just using you, but she gotta play the hand she dealt. And baby, she gotta marry who she gotta marry. She can't marry you. I just felt like this was so ridiculous. He is so in La La Land. And this is a prime example of why I say that I don't understand why people perpetuate this whole men aren't emotional. Men are emotional as hell. I know a lot of Sir Christians in real life, child, have known, no. Men be emotional, okay? They really do. And when I tell you this episode was a prime example of how emotional as hell men are. Sir Christian ain't got his emotions in check for nothing. I'm talking about this man could not hold his ish together. Ray never got her emotions better in check than he does. So he ends up telling her his white cloth has been soiled or whatever the hell, and it's the only thing he has to his name. Well, baby, you should have thought of that. But he ends up saying, oh, he thought that he could restore that if they got married. Now, hold on now, baby, because you're being selfish. Because I still got to worry about my name. And if I just go off and live in infamy, what is that going to do to my name? You worried about your name and your cloth, baby, but I got my name too. You got to be careful who you choose as your side piece. That's the moral of the story for this episode. Now, as soon as Viserys gets back home, we see Alicent up on the balcony looking down. Child, Viserys collapses as soon as he gets out the damn carriage. And Alicent pretty much was just looking like whatever the hell. Like, she don't even care. Like, go ahead and die, nigga. Like, that's exactly how I felt like she was looking. She didn't even care. So, Sir Christian ends up getting summoned to Alicent's room. He's summoned by the queen. And y'all, every time we see her kids, they just crying. And she look miserable. Like, she look like she don't give a damn about them kids, but whatever. So Alicent questions him about Rhaenyra and Damian. And y'all, Sir Christian was acting so awkward. Like, this man do not understand keeping it cool. Ain't you a knight? Ain't you a Kingsguard? What if you get captured by the enemy? Like, bro, you ain't got no kind of just keeping it cool and shutting your motherfucking mouth. He crumbles and he gets shook so freaking easy to be a knight. Ain't he a knight? Now, Alicent is pretty much talking in circles about a rumor. She's not finishing her sentence. She pretty much is asking him about Daemon and Rhaenyra, but she's not saying the words. So he pretty much takes what she's alluding to be about him and Rhaenyra, and he just confesses. He confesses to it she ain't even know. And I'm sitting here like, you know what I always think about? When I was a kid, I would act real goofy. Y'all know I'm very comedic. But as a kid, I would be kind of like stupid to make people laugh. And my great grandma was so against that. She hated for me to do that. And I remember she would lecture me about it all the time. But the one thing that sticks in my head was when my great grandma said, nobody will ever know. No one will ever know how much of a fool you are until you open your mouth. No one will ever know what you do or don't know until you open your mouth. And it is something golden in just shutting your motherfucking mouth. Like, she ain't even asked him a question. Baby, I'm not answering nothing you alluded to. You're going to have to ask me a motherfucking direct question, because I'm keeping my mouth shut. I live by what my great grandma said, and I love for people to just assume what I do or don't know. I don't ever just say. I don't. And so Christian just dropped the baby. She ain't no y'all. I just can't believe this man is a knight. He's a king's guard. It just don't make sense. What happens if you get kidnapped by the enemy and they allude into like the battle plans that they don't even know? You just gonna spill everything? Y'all, I fell the hell out. I was just like, yo, you know what? I don't even like Sir Christian no more. Like, I'm so turned off by you now because first of all, you ain't got your emotions in check. You running your mouth. I knew this nigga couldn't hold no water. And she was looking because she had no idea. So I feel like Allison believes that Rhaenyra hooked up with the uncle and hooked up with her King's Guard. Y'all, this made me so mad. This made me so mad. He ends up saying that, I guess, he took an oath for celibacy, and I guess, if you break that, it's death. But I don't think them King's Guard be celibate. I don't buy it. But anyways, he asks her to please be merciful, and instead of torturing him, can he just get, just a merciful death? And she ends up just being like, thank you for your honesty. You could go. Like, I ain't gonna kill you. But this is when Allison turns savage. But really, it don't make sense. It really don't make sense. Because no matter what, your daddy is a snake and been plotting from the beginning. And his whole sole purpose was to bring Rhaenyra down. Whether it's true or not. And that's the thing. Even if you come to me, right, and you tell me a rumor about somebody that shines a bad light on them, I don't care if it's true or not. It's not the validity of the information you're coming with. It's the motive behind why are you coming to me with this information. That is what matters in this situation. But y'all, whatever, it's Allison. She got the sense God gave a duck. Like, she is easily swayed by other people. Whatever her dad said, whatever the Clubfoot Crip man said, what is his Sir Clubfoot? I thought that's his name. Like, whatever people say, it sways her. It moves her needle to the left or to the right. Child, you can't let people control you like that. Now, also, I don't get why she was even questioning this, because the Grand Maester brought old girl medicine. He brought her tea. But is Plan B tea the only tea they got in Westeros? Like, niggas don't just drink tea? Like, I don't understand. Like, I get the Grand Maester coming is a big deal. But you know what? Whatever. Speaking of medicine, Viserys is effed up. And one of the little, side people offers a medicine that could be more effective than the leeches. But the Grand Maester, the castle doctor, is like, he declines. Because, baby, they plotting for Viserys to die. And he's just like, no, the leeches work. Baby, if he's still sick, the leeches ain't working. And why not just try something that's supposed to be more effective? And I'm mad Viserys don't ever say nothing like, baby, you may not be a doctor, but I would be like, hold on now, babe. Y'all been having these leeches suck on me like a damn vampire. I want to go with whatever medicine he's suggesting. But whatever. I know they trying to kill the king. I've been calling this since episode 1. Now, we end up at the royal wedding celebration. It's supposed to be like a 7-day, festivity type of thing. Now, child, I don't ever want to be like legally married, but baby, we could do a 7-day celebration. Like, that sounds fun as hell. Like a whole, instead of just like a wedding and reception, like a whole 7-day festivity. That sounds, okay, 7 days is long. Maybe like a 4-day festivity. Like, that sounds exciting. That sounds fun. Y'all, I cannot stand Jason Lannister. He comes up to the table where Viserys and Rhaenyra is, and he is just so annoying. I just be saying, like, boy, if you don't shut the hell, child, somebody need a great grandma like mine, because somebody need to tell Jason to keep his damn mouth shut. Now, Allison is not at the festivities, y'all. But baby, when I tell you, House Valerian walked up in that mug, y'all, what is that gift with Delroy Lindo from the Five Bloods when he walking through dancing? What's that gift? Baby, that is how the House Valerian, they walked in this mug better than the Targaryen house, like better than the king and Rhaenyra. I didn't like Rhaenyra hair. I don't know what's going on with that. But anyway, Lena ain't no little 4-year-old no more. Lena growing up good. But y'all, I can't with the wigs they got on these black folk. I keep saying that, and where's the number to HBO? Can somebody please give me the number to HBO? Where is Kim Kimball? Somebody needs to get a better wig and hair department for these black folk because they doing them so dirty. But House Valerian came in that mug bad as hell. I felt like they should have had a spotlight and the little smoke as they was walking in and a little theme music. Y'all, they walked in bad as hell. I loved it. That's my house. I'm a House Valerian. And then, who y'all think walked up in that mug like he owned the motherfucking castle? Who y'all think walked up in that mug after being banished for the second time? Damien strolls in, and the first thought I had was, nigga, when you banished? What series? Do you know what banish means? It don't mean go away for a day. Baby, Damien strolls in, goes right up to the table where the king and everybody is at. And what y'all think Viserys do? He get one of the servants to pull out a chair for Damien, child. Viserys don't know what banish means. Now, Viserys starts to give a speech when Alicent strolls in, interrupting his speech. I feel like baby was waiting in the hallway. Like she was waiting to walk in on cue when the speech started, okay? Now, Alicent strolls in doing the speech, and y'all, why this had to be so dramatic? Alicent came in so dramatic. The way she looked at Rhaenyra was insane. And now Sir Clubfoot was at a table on the side, and he ended up saying Alicent was wearing a green dress, and apparently the color that the High Towers, have to signify they are at war is the color green. And I wonder if Viserys and Rhaenyra knows that. Now, I don't understand why Alicent is like so on 10 mad. First of all, baby, you betrayed me and married my dad, and we weren't cool. We weren't cool for years. And the second we get back cool, you ask me a personal question that has a lot of repercussions for me, and the source of it is your daddy. Why would I tell you the truth? If I do something illegal and my friend who dad is the FBI come ask me about it, baby, I'm not telling you nothing. You the authorities. As far as I'm like, no, baby, I'm not telling you nothing. That makes why wouldn't I lie? And I never even like I said in the other video, I never understood from the beginning why, because Alicent was emotional as hell when she first confronted Rhaenyra about this. I never understood why she cared so extremely, and why she cares so extremely now. I guess maybe because her dad was kicked out, but baby, that was his doing. I don't get why Alicent knows her dad plotted to sick on the king, been plotting for Aegon to take the title from Rhaenyra. Why is she so upset? Whether it's true or not, why do you give a what Rhaenyra who she was spraying her legs for child? Like they got nothing to do with you. I don't know. I don't get why she is so on 10, especially when we wasn't even cool, baby. I was mad at you. So Rhaenyra and Laenor have their little dance, and Alicent is just looking angry as hell. And I'm just like, baby, it ain't your business in the first place. But anyway, y'all, during the dance, Sir Christian is eyeballing the hell out of Rhaenyra. Child, he emotional as hell. And baby could not keep it together. So Sir Gerald ends up confronting Damien, who is, what was Damien's wife's name? Dang, it was at the top of my notes. Lady Rear. Sir Gerald is Lady Rear's cousin, and he ends up confronting Damien about the death of his cousin, but he ends up shook because Damien gone Damien, and he was cool as a cucumber. He don't give up that lady dead, but Damien goes into, you know what, I'm about to come collect my inheritance because my wife had an inheritance, and since we ain't got no heirs, we ain't got no kids, baby, that goes to me. And the cousin was looking, Sir Gerald was looking like he was, she ain't say ish. Y'all, Damien is my favorite part of this whole show. Damien done killed his wife. He grabs Rhaenyra's face in the middle of the dance floor like he about to kiss her in front of everybody. He danced and flirted with Lady Lena, who was flirting back. And I'm just like, Lena, don't get involved with Damien, baby, please. But Damien pulled so much shit in this episode. Now, Lenore's boyfriend ends up telling him that Sir Christian, because remember, he wanted to know who her paramour was. He tells Lenore that it's Sir Christian, and he's all like, she know your secret, now you know hers. Baby, you was not playing this right. Because it was not no power trip on who know who's secret, baby. They cousins, they got a good little friendship, they know what this is, and they had that's why you don't let folk in your marriage. Like, even though you got an understanding for an open marriage and you can have your side piece, they ain't supposed to be in your union. Because if Sir, what was his boyfriend name? Sir Joffrey. If Sir Joffrey wouldn't have been in Nate-ish and would have just been worried about him and Lenore, he wouldn't have got what, got on his ass. But Sir Joffrey was doing too much, y'all. He was doing way too much. So Sir Joffrey goes over to Sir Christian, and I'm just like, baby, why is you over there? Oh, doing too much, y'all. And he pretty much goes into telling Sir Christian, he know the secret. He know that he with, Rhaenyra, and tells him that he with Lenore and that they need to all keep the secret to keep everybody safe. But baby, why is you over here? First of all, the secret done been spilled. Because Sir Christian is just a freaking duck. Oh, I cannot stand Sir Christian now. So Damien is on the dance floor dancing with Rhaenyra, and what is with Damien? He just be playing games, y'all. But he dancing with her, and he telling her that Lenore will bore her to death, and she pretty much goes into, well, you told me that marriage is only a political arrangement, and he tells, she's telling him that since his wife is dead, why he don't just snatch her up? She like, well, why don't you just take me out of here, since that's really what you want to do? And I'm just like, baby, I love Rhaenyra. But y'all, we end up hearing like a ruckus, and I thought it was Damien snatching Rhaenyra up and taking her out the motherfucking throne room. Because this was weird how this happened. I still don't know what set it off. We saw Sir Joffrey over talking to Sir Christian. We saw everybody on the dance floor, Damon and everybody. He flirted with Lena. He talking over there right there, grabbing her face, with Sarah's looking upset at their little display. The next thing we know, a fight break out, and I did not know what was happening, but this ain't make sense to me. It's just going down, and the king is at the table like, well, is Rhaenyra okay? Like, what's going on? It would seem to me like we would have way more protection as the royal family. She could have been killed. In all honesty, it was enough time passing with everything happening that Rhaenyra could have been stabbed. I just did not. I was like, baby, why 20 soldiers ain't come bomb rush the dance floor and take Rhaenyra up out of there? But I don't know. It ain't make sense to me. But y'all, we end up seeing Sir Joffrey and Sir Christian fighting, and Sir Christian is beating Joffrey down, and Lenore tries to get in, and he get hit. Baby, how the future? Okay, if I'm marrying the princess, don't that make me the prince, baby? How you just could slap me? But child, Sir Christian and his out of control emotions end up killing Sir Joffrey, and I still don't know why. I don't know what set this off. If it was the jealousy, because he was seething the whole damn dinner rehearsal. Is that what this was? Dinner rehearsal. But he ends up beating the boy face in. His itch was brutal. The itch was brutal. Lenore looks up and sees his lover dead, and I'm just like, oh Jesus, baby. I felt so bad, but at the same time I was like, keep it together, because they misogynistic. I'm gonna assume they homophobic. You can't let folk know, like, keep it together. But y'all, he was so upset. He went over to Joffrey. It was so sad. It was so sad. Now, as this happens, Viserys' nose started bleeding. Y'all ain't gotta keep giving us clues. We know he on his last leg and he dying. But y'all, how was Sir Christian not arrested? He just walked up out of there. And I'm like, I get he the King's Guard, so maybe he could say he was protecting Rhaenyra. Maybe he could lie, but he ain't gonna lie, child, because he all about honor, his white cloth. So maybe he ain't gonna lie, but how he got up out of there? But if I'm Lenore, I'm gonna be like, okay, so cousin wife, is your side piece gonna stay your side piece when he killed my side piece who I was in love with? So instead of the 7-day festivities, because Viserys is over this ish, and before any more buffoonery could happen, they end up just having a wedding. They like just getting married. It was nobody but Lenore's parents and Rhaenyra's dad and Alicent. And they end up just getting married. As the po boy lover just got killed, he crying. I think his nose was bleeding because remember he got hit by Sir Christian. That's how they got married. It was insane. And baby, they had the rat come over. The rat said, oh nigga, we about to party too. And the rat came over and lit up the damn blood. Y'all, it was crazy. It was insane. Sir Christian done went off the motherfucking deep end. He done went off the damn deep end. He goes outside, takes off his stuff, and is about to kill himself when Alicent comes over. I sure wish he would have just hopped in the damn ocean. I sure wish he would have just been killed off the show. But obviously, you know, I feel like Alicent not saving him for any, you know, just moral reason. She's saving him so he can continue to be Rhaenyra's little side piece and be like a Trojan horse. Now, I feel like Alicent being a player hater. Alicent is upset because Rhaenyra has been able to have more control over who she sleeps with, while Alicent, is forced to lay under the dang rotting corpse of the old elderly king. She ain't have no say in any of that, which I feel empathy for. But you can't get mad at Rhaenyra about it. And it just don't make sense to me. Wow. Your daddy is a rat. So why would I tell you the truth? Your daddy is trying to bring me down. You know your dad is trying to position Aegon to take my place. Why would I give you this valuable information of telling you the truth? I don't know. I feel like whether the info is true or not, her dad used her as a pawn and her dad wanted to destroy Rhaenyra. Like, period. Whatever. But I feel like I said on my last review that the show is a little boring for me. It's a little lackluster. It's a little underwhelming. I'm not getting the just excitement and death and mayhem that I am expecting from the Game of Thrones world. Yeah, we got a death in this episode. Yeah, you know, so Joffrey was... face was bad then. Lady Rhea was killed. But yes, we got a lot of drama and stuff at this wedding, but this was no red wedding. The red wedding was iconic. This ain't iconic. And I get it. A lot was set up in this episode, but you can set stuff up without it being so boring to get. I was bored. Unless, like I said in my last video, unless Damien is on screen, I'm kind of underwhelmed. I really am, but I'm sticking through it. Hopefully with this next big time jump, because we're going to get new actors. We're going to get really pushed forward. Hopefully we'll get a lot more excitement and entertainment. Thank you so much for watching this video, for supporting the channel. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.